Bible in 1 Year Day 108. Nehemiah chapter 9 to 13. Nehemiah chapter 9 to 1 to 38. Now on the 24th day of this month the children of Israel were assembled with fasting, in sackcloth, and with dust on their heads. 2 Then those of Israelite lineage separated themselves from all foreigners, and they stood and confessed their sins and the iniquities of their fathers. 3 And they stood up in their place and read from the book of the law of the Lord their God for 1/4 of the day, and for another 1/4 they confessed and worshipped the Lord their God. 4 Then Jeshua, Bani, Kadmiel, Shebaniah, Bunni, Sherebiah, Bani, and Chenani stood on the stairs of the Levites and cried out with a loud voice to the Lord their God. 5 And the Levites, Jeshua, Kadmiel, Bani, Hashabniah, Sherebiah, Hodijah, Shebaniah, and Pethiah, said, Stand up and bless the Lord your God forever and ever. Blessed be your glorious name, which is exalted above all blessing and praise. 6 You alone are the Lord, you have made heaven, the heaven of heavens, with all their host, the earth and everything on it, the seas and all that is in them, and you preserve them all. The host of heaven worships you. 7 You are the Lord God, who chose Abram, and brought him out of Ur of the Chaldeans, and gave him the name Abraham. 8 You found his heart faithful before you, and made a covenant with him to give the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, and the Girgashites, to give it to his descendants. You have performed your words, for you are righteous. 9 You saw the affliction of our fathers in Egypt, and heard their cry by the Red Sea. 10 You showed signs and wonders against Pharaoh, against all his servants, and against all the people of his land. For you knew that they acted proudly against them. So you made a name for yourself, as it is this day. 11 And you divided the sea before them, so that they went through the midst of the sea on the dry land, and their persecutors you threw into the deep, as a stone into the mighty waters. 12 Moreover you led them by day with a cloudy pillar, and by night with a pillar of fire, to give them light on the road which they should travel. 13 You came down also on Mount Sinai, and spoke with them from heaven, and gave them just ordinances and true laws, good statutes and commandments. 14 You made known to them your holy Sabbath, and commanded them precepts, statutes and laws, by the hand of Moses your servant. 15 You gave them bread from heaven for their hunger, and brought them water out of the rock for their thirst, and told them to go in to possess the land which you had sworn to give them. 16 But they and our fathers acted proudly, hardened their necks, and did not heed your commandments. 17 They refused to obey, and they were not mindful of your wonders that you did among them. But they hardened their necks, and in their rebellion they appointed a leader to return to their bondage. But you are God, ready to pardon, gracious and merciful, slow to anger, abundant in kindness, and did not forsake them. 18 Even when they made a molded calf for themselves, and said, This is your God that brought you up out of Egypt, and worked great provocations. 19 Yet in your manifold mercies you did not forsake them in the wilderness. The pillar of the cloud did not depart from them by day, to lead them on the road, nor the pillar of fire by night, to show them light, and the way they should go. 20 You also gave your good spirit to instruct them, and did not withhold your manna from their mouth, and gave them water for their thirst. 21 40 years you sustained them in the wilderness, they lacked nothing, their clothes did not wear out and their feet did not swell. 22 Moreover you gave them kingdoms and nations, and divided them into districts. So they took possession of the land of Sihon, the land of the king of Heshbon, and the land of Og king of Bashan. 23 You also multiplied their children as the stars of heaven, and brought them into the land which you had told their fathers to go in and possess. 24 So the people went in and possessed the land, you subdued before them the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, and gave them into their hands, with their kings and the people of the land, that they might do with them as they wished. 25 And they took strong cities and a rich land, and possessed houses full of all goods, cisterns already dug, vineyards, olive groves, and fruit trees in abundance. So they ate and were filled and grew fat, and delighted themselves in your great goodness. 26. Nevertheless they were disobedient and rebelled against you, cast your law behind their backs and killed your prophets, who testified against them to turn them to yourself, and they worked great provocations. 27. Therefore you delivered them into the hand of their enemies, who oppressed them, and in the time of their trouble, when they cried to you, you heard from heaven, and according to your abundant mercies you gave them deliverers who saved them from the hand of their enemies. 28. But after they had rest, they again did evil before you. Therefore you left them in the hand of their enemies, so that they had dominion over them. Yet when they returned and cried out to you, you heard from heaven, and many times you delivered them according to your mercies. 29. And testified against them, that you might bring them back to your law. Yet they acted proudly, and did not heed your commandments, but sinned against your judgments, which if a man does, he shall live by them. And they shrugged their shoulders, stiffened their necks, and would not hear. 30. Yet for many years you had patience with them, and testified against them by your Spirit and your prophets. Yet they would not listen, therefore you gave them into the hand of the peoples of the lands. 31. Nevertheless in your great mercy you did not utterly consume them nor forsake them, for you are God, gracious and merciful. 32. Now therefore, our God, the great, the mighty, and awesome God, who keeps covenant and mercy, do not let all the trouble seem small before you that has come upon us, our kings and our princes, our priests and our prophets, our fathers and on all your people, from the days of the kings of Assyria until this day. 33. However you are just in all that has befallen us, for you have dealt faithfully, but we have done wickedly. 34. Neither our kings nor our princes, our priests nor our fathers, have kept your law, nor heeded your commandments and your testimonies, with which you testified against them. 35. For they have not served you in their kingdom, or in the many good things that you gave them, or in the large and rich land which you set before them, nor did they turn from their wicked works. 36. Here we are, servants today. And the land that you gave to our fathers, to eat its fruit and its bounty, here we are, servants in it. 37. And it yields much increase to the kings you have set over us, because of our sins, also they have dominion over our bodies and our cattle at their pleasure, and we are in great distress. 38. And because of all this, we make a sure covenant and write it, our leaders, our Levites, and our priests seal it. Next chapter. Nehemiah chapter 10 to 1 to 39. Now those who placed their seal on the document were Nehemiah the governor, the son of Hakaliah, and Zedekiah, 2 Sariah, Azariah, Jeremiah, 3 Pashhur, Amariah, Malchijah, 4 Hattush, Shebaniah, Malach, 5 Haram, Meremoth, Obadiah, 6 Daniel, Ginnathan, Baruch, 7 Meshullam, Abiyah, Mijamin, 8 Maaziah, Bilgai, and Shemaiah. These were the priests. 9 The Levites, Jeshua the son of Azaniah, Binnui of the sons of Henadad, and Kadmiel. 10 Their brethren, Shebaniah, Hodijah, Kelita, Pelaiah, Hanan, 11 Miha, Rehob, Hashabiah, 12 Zakur, Sherebiah, Shebaniah, 13 Hodijah, Bani, and Beninu. 14 The leaders of the people, Perish, Pahath Moab, Elam, Zatu, Bani, 15 Bunni, Asgad, Bebai, 16 Adonijah, Bigvai, Adin, 17 Ader, Hezekiah, Azur, 18 Hodijah, Hashem, Bezai, 19 Hariph, Anatoth, Nebai, 20 Magpiash, Meshullam, Hezer, 21 Meshezabel, Zadok, Jaddua, 22 Pelatiah, Hanan, Anaiah, 23 Hoshea, Hananiah, Hashab, 24 Halahesh, Pilha, Shobek, 25 Rehum, Hashabnah, Maaseiah, 26 Ahijah, Hanan, Anan, 27 Malach, Haram, and Baanah. The covenant that was sealed. 28 Now the rest of the people, the priests, the Levites, the gatekeepers, the singers, the Nethinim, and all those who had separated themselves from the peoples of the lands to the law of God, their wives, their sons, and their daughters, everyone who had knowledge and understanding. 29 These joined with their brethren, their nobles, and entered into a curse and an oath to walk in God's law, which was given by Moses the servant of God, and to observe and do all the commandments of the Lord our Lord, and his ordinances and his statutes. 30 We would not give our daughters as wives to the peoples of the land, nor take their daughters for our sons. 31 If the peoples of the land brought wares or any grain to sell on the Sabbath day, we would not buy it from them on the Sabbath, or on a holy day, and we would forego the 7th year's produce and the exacting of every debt. 32 Also we made ordinances for ourselves, to exact from ourselves yearly 1/3 of a shekel for the service of the house of our God, 33 For the showbread, for the regular grain offering, for the regular burnt offering of the Sabbaths, the new moons, and the set feasts, for the holy things, for the sin offerings to make atonement for Israel, and all the work of the house of our God. 34 We cast lots among the priests, the Levites, and the people, for bringing the wood offering into the house of our God, according to our fathers' houses, at the appointed times year by year, to burn on the altar of the Lord our God as it is written in the law. 35 And we made ordinances to bring the first fruits of our ground and the first fruits of all fruit of all trees, year by year, to the house of the Lord. 36 To bring the firstborn of our sons and our cattle, as it is written in the law, and the firstborn of our herds and our flocks, to the house of our God, to the priests who minister in the house of our God. 37 To bring the first fruits of our dough, our offerings, the fruit from all kinds of trees, the new wine and oil, to the priests, to the storerooms of the house of our God, and to bring the tithes of our land to the Levites, for the Levites should receive the tithes in all our farming communities. 38 And the priest, the descendant of Aaron, shall be with the Levites when the Levites receive tithes, and the Levites shall bring up 1/10 of the tithes to the house of our God, to the rooms of the storehouse. 39 For the children of Israel and the children of Levi shall bring the offering of the grain, of the new wine and the oil, to the storerooms where the articles of the sanctuary are, where the priests who minister and the gatekeepers and the singers are, and we will not neglect the house of our God. Next chapter. Nehemiah chapter 11 to 1-36. Now the leaders of the people dwelt at Jerusalem. The rest of the people cast lots to bring 1 out of 10 to dwell in Jerusalem, the holy city, and 9/10 were to dwell in other cities. 2 And the people blessed all the men who willingly offered themselves to dwell at Jerusalem. 3 These are the heads of the province who dwelt in Jerusalem. But in the cities of Judah everyone dwelt in his own possession in their cities, Israelites, priests, Levites, Nethinim, and descendants of Solomon's servants. 4 Also in Jerusalem dwelt some of the children of Judah and of the children of Benjamin. The children of Judah, Athiah the son of Uzziah, the son of Zechariah, the son of Amariah, the son of Shephatiah, the son of Mahalalel, of the children of Perez. 5 And Maaseiah the son of Baruch, the son of Kolhozah, the son of Hazaiah, the son of Adaiah, the son of Joiarib, the son of Zechariah, the son of Shiloni. 6 All the sons of Perez who dwelt at Jerusalem were 468 valiant men. 7 And these are the sons of Benjamin, Sallu the son of Meshullam, the son of Jod, the son of Pedaiah, the son of Kaliah, the son of Maaseiah, the son of Ethiel, the son of Jeshaiah. 8 And after him Gabai and Salai, 928. 9 Joel the son of Zitri was their overseer, and Judah the son of Senuah was second over the city. 10 Of the priests, Jediah the son of Joiarib, and Jachin. 11 Sariah the son of Hilkiah, the son of Meshullam, the son of Zadok, the son of Merioth, the son of Ahitub, was the leader of the house of God. 12 Their brethren who did the work of the house were 822, and Adaiah the son of Jeroham, the son of Pelaliah, the son of Amzi, the son of Zechariah, the son of Pashhur, the son of Malchijah. 13 And his brethren, heads of the fathers' houses, were 242, and Amasai the son of Azarel, the son of Azai, the son of Meshillemoth, the son of Immer. 14 And their brethren, mighty men of valor, were 128. Their overseer was Zabdiel the son of one of the great men. 15 Also of the Levites, Shemaiah the son of Hashab, the son of Azrikam, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Bunni. 16 Shabbatai and Jozabad, of the heads of the Levites, had the oversight of the business outside of the house of God. 17 Mattaniah the son of Miha, the son of Zabdi, the son of Asaph, the leader who began the thanksgiving with prayer, Bakbakiah, the second among his brethren, and Abda the son of Shammua, the son of Galal, the son of Jeduthun. 18 All the Levites in the holy city were 284. 19 Moreover the gatekeepers, Akab, Talmon, and their brethren who kept the gates, were 172. 20 And the rest of Israel, of the priests and Levites, were in all the cities of Judah, every one in his inheritance. 21 But the Nethinim dwelt in Ophel. And Zihah and Gishpa were over the Nethinim. 22 Also the overseer of the Levites at Jerusalem was Uzzi the son of Bani, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Miha, of the sons of Asaph, the singers in charge of the service of the house of God. 23 For it was the king's command concerning them that a certain portion should be for the singers, a quota day by day. 24 Pethiah the son of Meshezabel, of the children of Zerah the son of Judah, was the king's deputy in all matters concerning the people. The people dwelling outside Jerusalem, 25 And as for the villages with their fields, some of the children of Judah dwelt in Kirjath Arba and its villages, Dibon and its villages, Jacobzeel and its villages, 26 In Jeshua, Moladah, Beth Peleh, 27 Hazar Shual, and Beersheba and its villages, 28 In Ziklag and Mechanah and its villages, 29 In En Rimmon, Zorah, Jarmuth, 30 Zanoah, Adulam, and their villages, in Lachish and its fields, in Azekah and its villages. They dwelt from Beersheba to the valley of Hinnom. 31 Also the children of Benjamin from Geba dwelt in Michmash, Aiah, and Bethel, and their villages, 32 In Anatoth, Nob, Ananiah, 33 In Hazor, Ramah, Gataim, 34 In Hadid, Zeboim, Nebalat, 35 In Lod, Ono, and the valley of craftsmen. 36 Some of the Judean divisions of Levites were in Benjamin. Next chapter. Nehemiah chapter 12 to 1-47. Now these are the priests and the Levites who came up with Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua, Sariah, Jeremiah, Ezra, 2 Amariah, Malach, Hattush, 3 Shechaniah, Rehum, Meremoth, 4 Iddo, Ginnathoi, Abiyah, 5 Majamin, Madiah, Bilgah, 6 Shemaiah, Joyarib, Jediah, 7 Salu, Amok, Helkiah, and Jediah. These were the heads of the priests and their brethren in the days of Jeshua. 8 Moreover the Levites were Jeshua, Binnui, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah, and Mattaniah who led the thanksgiving psalms, he and his brethren. 9 Also Bakbakiah and Unni, their brethren, stood across from them in their duties. 10 Jeshua begot Joachim, Joachim begot Eliashib, Eliashib begot Joiada, 11 Joiada begot Jonathan, and Jonathan begot Jaddua. 12 Now in the days of Joachim, the priests, the heads of the fathers' houses were, of Sariah, Muraiah, of Jeremiah, Hananiah, 13 Of Ezra, Meshullam, of Amariah, Yehohanan, 14 Of Malichu, Jonathan, of Shebaniah, Joseph, 15 Of Haram, Adnah, of Meraioth, Helkai, 16 Of Iddo, Zechariah, of Ginnathon, Meshullam, 17 Of Abiyah, Zitri, the son of Minjamin, of Moadiah, Piltai, 18 Of Bilgah, Shammua, of Shemaiah, Jehonathan, 19 Of Joyarib, Mattanai, of Jediah, Uzzi, 20 Of Salai, Kaiai, of Amok, Eber, 21 Of Hilkiah, Hashabiah, and of Jediah, Nethanel. 22 During the reign of Darius the Persian, a record was also kept of the Levites and priests who had been heads of their fathers' houses in the days of Eliashib, Joiada, Johanan, and Jaddua. 23 The sons of Levi, the heads of the fathers' houses until the days of Johanan the son of Eliashib, were written in the book of the Chronicles. 24 And the heads of the Levites were Hashabiah, Sherebiah, and Jeshua the son of Kadmiel, with their brothers across from them, to praise and give thanks, group alternating with group, according to the command of David the man of God. 25 Mattaniah, Bakbakiah, Obadiah, Meshullam, Talmon, and Akab were gatekeepers keeping the watch at the storerooms of the gates. 26 These lived in the days of Joachim the son of Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and in the days of Nehemiah the governor, and of Ezra the priest, the scribe. Nehemiah dedicates the wall. 27 Now at the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem they sought out the Levites in all their places, to bring them to Jerusalem to celebrate the dedication with gladness, both with thanksgivings and singing, with cymbals and stringed instruments and harps. 28 And the sons of the singers gathered together from the countryside around Jerusalem, from the villages of the Netophathites, 29 From the house of Gilgal, and from the fields of Geba and Asmaveth, for the singers had built themselves villages all around Jerusalem. 30 Then the priests and Levites purified themselves, and purified the people, the gates, and the wall. 31 So I brought the leaders of Judah up on the wall, and appointed 2 large thanksgiving choirs. One went to the right hand on the wall toward the refuse gate. 32 After them went Hoshea and half of the leaders of Judah, 33 And Azariah, Ezra, Meshullam, 34 Judah, Benjamin, Shemaiah, Jeremiah, 35 And some of the priests' sons with trumpets, Zechariah the son of Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Mishael, the son of Zakur, the son of Asaph, 36 And his brethren, Shemaiah, Azarel, Milalai, Gilalai, Mai, Nethanel, Judah, and Hanani, with the musical instruments of David the man of God. Ezra the scribe went before them. 37 By the fountain gate, in front of them, they went up the stairs of the city of David, on the stairway of the wall, beyond the house of David, as far as the water gate eastward. 38 The other thanksgiving choir went the opposite way, and I was behind them with half of the people on the wall, going past the tower of the ovens as far as the broad wall. 39 And above the gate of Ephraim, above the old gate, above the fish gate, the tower of Hananel, the tower of the 100, as far as the sheep gate, and they stopped by the gate of the prison. 40 So the 2 thanksgiving choirs stood in the house of God, likewise I and the half of the rulers with me. 41 And the priests, Eliakim, Maaseiah, Minjamin, Mishael, Elionai, Zechariah, and Hananiah, with trumpets. 42 Also Maaseiah, Shemaiah, Eleazar, Uzi, Yehohanan, Malchijah, Elam, and Ezer. The singers sang loudly with Jezrahiah the director. 43 Also that day they offered great sacrifices, and rejoiced, for God had made them rejoice with great joy. The women and the children also rejoiced, so that the joy of Jerusalem was heard afar off. Temple responsibilities, 44 And at the same time some were appointed over the rooms of the storehouse for the offerings, the firstfruits, and the tithes, to gather into them from the fields of the cities the portions specified by the law for the priests and Levites, for Judah rejoiced over the priests and Levites who ministered. 45 Both the singers and the gatekeepers kept the charge of their God and the charge of the purification, according to the command of David and Solomon his son. 46 For in the days of David and Asaph of old there were chiefs of the singers, and songs of praise and thanksgiving to God. 47 In the days of Zerubbabel and in the days of Nehemiah all Israel gave the portions for the singers and the gatekeepers, a portion for each day. They also consecrated holy things for the Levites, and the Levites consecrated them for the children of Aaron. Last chapter Nehemiah chapter 13 to 1-31. On that day they read from the book of Moses in the hearing of the people, and in it was found written that no Ammonite or Moabite should ever come into the assembly of God. 2 Because they had not met the children of Israel with bread and water, but hired Balaam against them to curse them. However, our God turned the curse into a blessing. 3 So it was, when they had heard the law, that they separated all the mixed multitude from Israel. The reforms of Nehemiah. 4 Now before this, Eliashib the priest, having authority over the storerooms of the house of our God, was allied with Tobiah. 5 And he had prepared for him a large room, where previously they had stored the grain offerings, the frankincense, the articles, the tithes of grain, the new wine and oil, which were commanded to be given to the Levites and singers and gatekeepers, and the offerings for the priests. 6 But during all this I was not in Jerusalem, for in the 32nd year of Artaxerxes king of Babylon I had returned to the king. Then after certain days I obtained leave from the king. 7 And I came to Jerusalem and discovered the evil that Eliashib had done for Tobiah, in preparing a room for him in the courts of the house of God. 8 And it grieved me bitterly, therefore I threw all the household goods of Tobiah out of the room. 9 Then I commanded them to cleanse the rooms, and I brought back into them the articles of the house of God, with the grain offering and the frankincense. 10 I also realized that the portions for the Levites had not been given them, for each of the Levites and the singers who did the work had gone back to his field. 11 So I contended with the rulers, and said, Why is the house of God forsaken? And I gathered them together and set them in their place. 12 Then all Judah brought the tithe of the grain and the new wine and the oil to the storehouse. 13 And I appointed as treasurers over the storehouse Shelemiah the priest and Zadok the scribe, and of the Levites, Pedaiah, and next to them was Hanan the son of Zakur, the son of Mattaniah, for they were considered faithful, and their task was to distribute to their brethren. 14 Remember me, O my God, concerning this, and do not wipe out my good deeds that I have done for the house of my God, and for its services. 15 In those days I saw people in Judah treading wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves, and loading donkeys with wine, grapes, figs, and all kinds of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I warned them about the day on which they were selling provisions. 16 Men of Tyre dwelt there also, who brought in fish and all kinds of goods, and sold them on the Sabbath to the children of Judah, and in Jerusalem. 17 Then I contended with the nobles of Judah, and said to them, What evil thing is this that you do, by which you profane the Sabbath day? 18 Did not your fathers do thus, and did not our God bring all this disaster on us and on this city? Yet you bring added wrath on Israel by profaning the Sabbath. 19 So it was, at the gates of Jerusalem, as it began to be dark before the Sabbath, that I commanded the gates to be shut, and charged that they must not be opened till after the Sabbath. Then I posted some of my servants at the gates, so that no burdens would be brought in on the Sabbath day. 20 Now the merchants and sellers of all kinds of wares lodged outside Jerusalem once or twice. 21 Then I warned them, and said to them, Why do you spend the night around the wall? If you do so again, I will lay hands on you. From that time on they came no more on the Sabbath. 22 And I commanded the Levites that they should cleanse themselves, and that they should go and guard the gates, to sanctify the Sabbath day. Remember me, O my God, concerning this also, and spare me according to the greatness of your mercy. 23 In those days I also saw Jews who had married women of Ashdod, Ammon, and Moab. 24 And half of their children spoke the language of Ashdod, and could not speak the language of Judah, but spoke according to the language of one or the other people. 25 So I contended with them and cursed them, struck some of them and pulled out their hair, and made them swear by God, saying, You shall not give your daughters as wives to their sons, nor take their daughters for your sons or yourselves. 26 Did not Solomon king of Israel sin by these things? Yet among many nations there was no king like him, who was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless pagan women caused even him to sin. 27 Should we then hear of your doing all this great evil, transgressing against our God by marrying pagan women? 28 And one of the sons of Joiada, the son of Eliashib the high priest, was a son-in-law of Sanballat the Horonite, therefore I drove him from me. 29 Remember them, O my God, because they have defiled the priesthood and the covenant of the priesthood and the Levites. 30 Thus I cleansed them of everything pagan. I also assigned duties to the priests and the Levites, each to his service. 31 And to bringing the wood offering and the firstfruits at appointed times. Remember me, O my God, for good. End of day 108 reading.